Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. More Horus Heresy goodness for you today. We have a unboxing for you again. Today we're taking a look at the Javelin Landspeeder. So an older kit, but we decided to pick up a few just to round out some things for our Alpha Legion. So we're going to open this up for you guys. We'll show you what you can expect inside. We'll be right back. Alrighty guys, let's dive right in here and see what we get with the kit. So we get it's kind of a hybrid kit, right? We get mostly resin with a plastic sprue here, which is basically like the vehicle sponson accessory sprue here. So we get our choice between like volkite, las cannons, heavy bolters, and pretty standard stuff that we've seen across other vehicles that have this style of sponson for the Space Marines and Heresy. So no shortage of choices there. We do only get the one these are the sponsons. We get this sort of only one hull weapon with the kit, which is the heavy bolter. So if you have some other things like multi-meltas, etc. from other kits, might be worth hanging on to if you don't want to run the heavy bolter as sort of the hull crewman weapon for this. So I think we're repurposing some multi-meltas from Sabers actually to cover that. But anyway, so we're all familiar with the plastic sprue by now. We do get a nice also color booklet on assembly and everything, which is really nice. I love it when they take the extra mile on these. It gives us a parts inventory and then a nice little step-by-step guide. Not that this is a complicated kit by any means, but it is nice just to have actual useful pictures, unlike some of the more recent kits where they're really not putting good angles in on the descriptions in some cases. So pretty neat here. Again, won't really take you all that long to build one of these, all things considered. And then wrapping up here with, there's different choices here with the sponson. So if we take the include cyclone missiles, you use one option for the sponson setup. If you're using the plastics, you use a different one to interact with that. So, but yeah, so more bolters, which is not a bad option. Triple heavy bolters, throwing out some solid firepower, especially in a squad. You got las cannons and volkite culverins, the explanation for that, and then I like that they include too just a little stat line on the back here, so you know like what your options are with building it. So let's jump into the parts then. So smaller kit, but again, there's still a fair few set of pieces. So there's that hull heavy bolter, sort of the front antenna piece as well. You have that. You have some of the stuff already broke off the sprue in transit, but you got basically the Marine bodies here with their arms. So one of the guys is flying it, one of the guys is manning the guns. So this looks like a joystick or something like that. The gunner is actually in a kneeling pose on the speeder too, which is kind of crazy. So other than that, basically just generic Space Marine bodies for Heresy here. So gunner, pretty typical setup. Here's the other guy, the pilot. Got sort of the top and bottom steering elements there. Some of the fins. So cabling underneath, which also helps kind of join parts of the hull together. So a little dual purpose action there, but pretty good stuff. The other arm for the controls here for the Marine that's flying it. Some generic shoulder pads here. I think these are the Mark IVs. One that's a little fancier. Oops. Sort of part of the front assembly here where the antenna will ultimately go in. Some of the optics and stuff for the speeder. The main body, or the front of it here, is a nice solid one piece. A little bit of trimming action definitely required. That's where the sort of guide rail will go for the gunner. Then moving on, bottom piece will slide in here so you can see where the seats are, part of the seats for the crew. That will just kind of slot in here, so everything's really just kind of building on the front section. More of the accessories, so the Marine heads here, got gunner and pilot, the exhaust nozzles here. Sort of part of the central back here for the hull. I think that kind of sits like that and sandwiches in. You get some solid detailing as well. Get that to actually focus. There we go. We got that. Then kind of the rear end of everything here is the actual rear end with the exhaust nozzles and everything where the sponsons will fit in, and this kind of just slots in to finish up the rest of the hull. Spots for the fins, top and bottom. The seats as well. Part of the seats, I guess. Yeah, like kind of like that. That kind of rounds out some of the hull sections. The marine bodies. Again, pretty basic. Not that they need to be fancy for this. And then we get into our different sponson setups here, depending on which weapon option we're going with. So I think if we're going with the Cyclones, we go here. This is the plastic sprue. These things go with the Cyclones. Here's that little guide rail as well for where your hull weapon will sit on. And then the 2 Cyclone missile launchers as well. So that's kind of where that other little bit will slot into there. But again, super good detailing here. And last but not least, of course, our base with our choice of flight pegs. So all in all, again, smaller kits, certainly not a super huge points cost as far as the vehicle itself goes, but a fair few pieces. But all in all, assembly will be not too bad. And don't forget, we got our plastic sprue here if we're going with those options, which we are for our purposes for our Alpha Legion. So that being said, hope you guys enjoyed a quick look at the Javelin. A little bit pricey. I wish that this would be one that they would get around to making in plastic and just having all the options in one kit. Let us know, guys, if you would prefer that or if you're fine with the resin kit as is. It is, I think it's like at least $100 or something for these. So it's definitely a chunk of money for that. So I think getting into plastic and hopefully cheaper would be nice, especially when they're already making it kind of a hybrid kit. But anyway, let us know, guys, if you have your Javelins, if you enjoyed yours, what Legion you're playing, what loadout you normally go with. But definitely looking forward to getting this built. This will be our second one, and I think that's what we're going to roll with for a little while, at least for Alpha Legion. Probably need to get some more, though, when we get into our Dark Angels. But anyway, super fun kit. Let us know what you think. Hit us up in the comments, like and subscribe, and we'll have more Horus Heresy very soon. Take care.